Say what you want about whether or not this makes me a bad YouTuber, but I'm going to say y'all are lucky today. Because earlier in today's show, we already spoke about J.T. Miller, the captain of the New York Rangers, and how things went on with him in his first game. And I had the opportunity to go out there and make yet another video talking about Rick Tocchet and the situation over there in Philadelphia. This is a topic that is on the chopping block, but I decided against it. I was like, okay, we don't have to release 2 Canucks hater videos in a row. We can talk about Miller, we can talk about Tocchet, but not on the same day. We don't need to dive into that right now. So let's shift our gears over to some more positive Vancouver Canucks stuff. Because lo and behold, talking smack about other NHL teams and what's going wrong with them for the sake of being a salty Canucks fan that can't seem to ever let anything go, that's not really good for your mental, I'd say. Which is why we are going over onto Canucks.com, Vancouver's NHL page, and reading this article published by Lindsay Horsting from yesterday. I like this article because it dives into what Patrik Allvin had to say, and I was confident in Vancouver Canucks preparation and depth ahead of opening night. Patty Allvin, take it away. Canucks GM Allvin addressed the media after the team made their final roster cuts on Monday before the regular season kicked off. Throughout training camp and the preseason, one thing that stands out to Allvin is how the leadership group has helped guide the younger players. The group is on the same page and building towards a common goal. I believe in the team we have here. We all know the parity of the league and the condensed schedule didn't help, but we're very excited about the group we have here, and more so, how they have come together and how they bought into the coaches and how we want to play, Allvin said. They seem to have enjoyed coming to the rink, and there have been a lot of laughs, and coming together as a team has been important for Foot. I give the players a lot of credit. Now, I just wanted to keep this point highlighted for a bit, because a lot of folks were going out there and saying, like, hey, you know, Vancouver, the Canucks players, they're posting a lot on Instagram. There are folks showcasing how they're looking good, feeling good. I mean, this post was made by MD Nux0 on Twitter. Quinn Hughes posting team bonding pics without JT Miller. The vibes around this team are back. JT Miller's a locker room terrorist. Okay, we do not need to expand on that last part, but Quinn Hughes and his everlong post from earlier yesterday on the IG, that's him and the Vancouver Canucks. Of course, you can tell just based off of the silhouettes who some of the guys are. I'll leave it to some of the other smarter Canucks fans to do the detective work and figure that out, but vibes around the team are looking pretty good. And whether or not you think JT's absence contributes to some of the vibes, that's an entirely other conversation to have. But the players, they seem to be laughing. They seem to be liking going to the rink. They seem to be liking life. And for Vancouver, after all the drama from last season, that's the best thing that could have happened. There's been a notable sense of unity between the veterans and younger players. The buy-in has created an environment where everyone understands their role and is continually striving to improve. I think we have a good mix here with the older guys being here in the past and seeing some of the younger guys coming up from Abbotsford and Braeden Cootes coming in from junior hockey, Allvin said. It's been a very inspiring training camp leading up to this point. So I think the team is ready and the staff is ready to get going here. Allvin talked about Braeden Cootes earning a spot in the Vancouver Canucks lineup for Thursday night. He'll be the first 18-year-old to be in the lineup on opening night since Peter Nedved in 1990. It's been 35 freaking years since the Vancouver Canucks had an 18-year-old win a spot at a training camp. The coaching staff will continue to evaluate Cootes' game and hope that he can continue to earn another day in Vancouver. He is such a mature kid off and on the ice here. I think he's level-headed. I think he doesn't get too far ahead. I believe that he's preparing himself for just the next day, Allvin said. I think it's more load management, matchups. I think those are things that come into the coach's decision on how to play him there. In terms of skill set and how he fits in with the group, he's been impressive up to this point, Allvin said. And lost in the mix of all of this was Vancouver's dedication to what it is they're trying to do on the ice. The players buying into Adam Foote and his system. That is the best thing we could have asked for, because Foote, by all accounts, has been going out there and wanting this team to play more aggressively, actually get the defensemen skating with the puck and more involved in creating offense. Not this, we have to play everything structurally perfect and thus kill off all the creativity and just dump it in chase every time that Mrtka had the Canucks playing. Filip Chytil is actually flying out there now. And you can say a lot of that is because he doesn't have Mrtka telling him in his ear to dump the puck in. Let's go out there and read some of the rest that is in this article. There's a conversation about P.O. Joseph, Teddy Bluger, and Höglander, how they're all out for the home opener. Joseph was placed in the retroactive IR, Bluger sustained an injury against Edmonton, and Höglander is back around the rink after his lower body surgery and is on schedule to return to the lineup in 8 or 9 weeks. We feel that we have a lot of options that currently didn't make the team here to start with. That doesn't mean they're not going to be seen up here, though. I think Abbotsford is a great destination, and the coaching staff and the development staff have done a good job to prepare these kids whenever the opportunity comes up. There are 5 players on the Canucks opening night roster that played for Abbotsford last year. Arshdeep Bains, Linus Karlsson, Jonathan Lekkerimaki, Atiu Ratu, and the D-man, Elias Pettersson. Allvin has seen that group grow mentally as they continue to try and figure out how to make their mark and push for a roster spot. That's one thing that I recognize in this offseason, how they prepared themselves, and coming in with a little bit more swagger and understanding that every day you're going to earn it. As Adam has mentioned to them, you're not getting judged on goals and assists. You're getting judged on how you play within the system and play for the team. Once you learn to take each step, things will come your way, and eventually, you get to points. Allvin also spoke about Lekkerimaki, learning about him throughout the course of the summer and his development in the AHL. He had a short but good summer, came in good shape here, and I think he just continued to grow every day in camp. He seems to have a different swagger and confidence, and I like how Evander Kane has helped the young guys there on that line. He shared, Allvin expressed confidence in the team structure and its depth. Young players are pushing for roles, veterans are setting the tone, and there is a cohesive mindset throughout the organization. He believes the group is well positioned to handle the grind of the season and take meaningful steps forward. Now, big shout out over, of course, to Lindsey Horsting for putting this piece together. Allvin has a lot of really great things to say about this team, but ultimately I think there are 2 things that I'm the most excited for. Paying attention to the Vancouver Canucks and thinking about just what this group has going for them. Firstly, it's that lack of noise. The fact that they're not going out there with all this drama and people aren't really worried about Elias Pettersson. Oh, he had the terrible playoffs, so he's going to bounce back. Now he's in the first year of that deal. It's not like that anymore. People already saw Pettersson suck last year, and then he had a pretty hard offseason, and then he came back and he looks good in the preseason. I think there's room for optimism here. And especially for Patrik Allvin going out there and expressing that, hey, the young guys and the older guys, they are getting along together. Evander Kane is taking Lekkerimaki under his wing, and he's showing the guy the ropes. I mean, that's all you need out of a guy who doesn't go out there and produce maybe the best results that you would like. You want Evander Kane to be able to get goals and stand up for his teammates and stuff, not take dumb penalties and not look invisible, but if he is showing value to these younger dudes on his line because he is the older vet and Cootes and Lekkerimaki are rookies, that, of course, is super valuable as well. So, pretty good news for the Vancouver Canucks, I'd say. The folks are looking happy. They're looking ready to go. And for us Canucks fans, we can just hope that the season turns out anywhere near as good as it was in 2023-2024. Or in 2011-2012. If the Canucks are able to do that, then hey, that'd be pretty good too. Just saying. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. If you didn't, then hey, the dislike button's down there for you as well. Comments help out with the algorithm, so I'd appreciate it if you got involved in the conversation. What are your thoughts on Patrik Allvin's comments? I'm going to leave a link in the description of this article if you wanted to read it yourself. Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.